Halo, Halo, Halo. Game we all know and that we all love. This series is going to be addressing the fact that it's just too fun at some points, and we forget the story, or we never even notice it in the first place. This series is going to be taking every main Halo game, that's Bungie and 343, in chronological order within the Halo universe, and explaining what's going on behind the scenes and what you're exactly doing in each mission. You can sort of look at it as a sort of audiobook version of the games, because it'll just give you a much more rich experience than the game does when you're just having too much fun killing the Covenant, yada yada yada. Now I won't blabber on too long. I'm prepared to go. I am making these in real time, so there will be a little bit of a wait between episodes. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to get started with our first game, Halo Reach. Halo Reach's opening introduces you as Spartan B312, better known throughout the rest of the campaign as Noble 6. You are being attached to Noble Team to replace a Spartan known as Thom A293, who sacrificed himself in the Battle of Fumarole to destroy a Covenant CCS-class battlecruiser. It's also worth noting that this is the battle where Catherine B320, also known as Kat in the campaign, lost her right arm. Once you arrive at camp, you overhear Colonel Urban Holland over an intercom discussing Noble 6's next deployment. The situation is that communications with the Visegrad relay had been broken since the night before. The Colonel had sent some army troops to investigate, which have been declared MIA due to a loss of contact. The Office of Naval Intelligence, or ONI, suspected that the relay could have been sabotaged by the People's Occupation, which was an insurrectionist organization based on Reach. Despite the Office of Naval Intelligence feeling that the deployment of Spartans for the mission was a misallocation of resources, Colonel Holland sent Noble Team to investigate and bring the relay back online. After the transmission with Colonel Holland is completed, you're introduced to the rest of Noble Team. The team's leader, Carter A259, also known as Noble 1, is the commander of the team. Catherine B320 is the lieutenant commander, also known as Noble 2. Catherine serves as the intelligence specialist of Noble Team. You are also greeted by Warrant Officer Emil A239 and Chief Warrant Officer George 052. Their call signs are Noble 4 and Noble 5 respectively. Emil served as the assault specialist for the team, and George served as the heavy weapons specialist. Finally, you meet Warrant Officer June A266, also known as Noble 3, who served as the sniper of the team. Despite the team still recovering from the loss of Thom A293 in his sacrifice, you're welcomed on the team with a warning from Carter that you have large shoes to fill. As you reach the area of operation in your second mission, Winter Contingency, it's quickly discovered that radio communication is being jammed, but it's unclear what's causing this. Catherine picks up a distress beacon, and Carter orders the Falcons to place you down on a bluff nearby. With your boots on the ground, the team proceeds to move downhill in search of the distress beacon. In this time, June and George remain on the Falcons for aerial reconnaissance. At the base of the hill, a burning wreckage is discovered, and Emil finds the distress beacon under a pile of debris.
Found the beacon. Make out any ID?
Negative, but it's military.
With the beacon unable to provide any extra information, the team moves on to investigate the next building. Upon arriving to the next building, contact is made with the villager who turns out to just be a farmer. He claims to have been hiding after hearing screams and gunfire the night before. He also claims that something had killed his son. Before Carter can receive more clear answers on what thing may have killed the farmer's son, new heat signatures are detected to the east, and Noble Team moves to investigate. Upon arriving to the next building, Noble Team discovers multiple human corpses, 2 in military uniform. They appear to have been tortured and interrogated. Once the discovery is made, some audible contact is also had, and motion sensors pick up some movement. Moments later, Noble Team runs into a group of grunts and skirmishers, and a firefight ensues. After multiple waves of enemies, the team splits up in order to deal with other contacts that have been spotted. Carter, George, and Noble 6 move by land in a flatbed as the rest of the team provides air support. The two groups are set to eventually meet up again at the outpost. While en route, the team picks up a new distress call. Suspecting that it could be the missing troops, the ground team moves to investigate. They quickly discover a Covenant landing site, as well as the missing troops who have been wounded and pinned down. The party then proceeded to defend the evacuating team's landing site. Upon successfully evacuating the troops, the ground team is picked up to rendezvous with the rest of Noble 6 at the comms relay, where Kat's portion of the team has run into problems with the doors being locked. The regroup will be used to fend off Covenant forces, while Catherine's torch is used to cut a new way into the doors. Upon arrival at the comms relay, Catherine is halfway through. The remaining time is used by Noble Team to defend her as she works. As soon as the doors have been unlocked, everyone piles in and reseals them to lock the Covenant outside. From here, the plan is to get Kat to the relay's control room, where she'll be able to get everything online again. While underway, you find a body and search it for ID. Carter also finds a wounded corporal who he interviews briefly.
It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surgeon.
While searching the body, you discover a data module who Kat takes over from you. George also discovers a surviving female, who tells him that the Covenant are still here. The team is then ambushed by 3 elite zealots who take the corporal hostage. As they exit the room, you hear the corporal is killed as they flee. Emil is unable to stop the elites as they pass him, and you and George are sent to pursue them. George seals a blast door behind him, locking you in with the elites. A gunfight ensues. Once all the elites are dispatched, Noble 6 is asked to reset a junction, which then triggers a new cutscene.
Question of my life. If the question is when will the station be back online, 2 weeks earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland. You're in my light, Commander.
Find out what she knows.
What's your name? Do you live around here? Arnevim George.
Shada.
Shada. Se Potteraznev. Your accent sounds familiar. Shapron?
Tangari.
Friend of yours?
Father.
Sha'ainalong. I'm sorry.
Why would you be?
Big man forgets what he is sometimes.
She just lost her father. She needs a full psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
Lock it down, both of you. Get her on her feet. The body stays here.
Thank you, sir.
Signal. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. We wouldn't want to ground this place.
Barely getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble 1. There are no rebels. The Covenant are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble 1. Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative. It's the Winter Contingency.
May God help us all.
And so concludes the second mission in Halo Reach. So guys, I've spent a whole lot of time doing this. It was about from 11 to like 4 o'clock, so it's been quite some time doing this nonstop. It's pretty fun, but it's a lot of work, so I need your guys' feedback to know if I should continue this, if I should change anything. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I don't even know what I'll call this yet. I'll think of that in the meantime. Other than that, there's nothing else to say. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Peace.